Hey everyone. So this next interactive, sorry, is going to be um, what is holding me back from achieving my goal? Okay, this can be several things, whether it be your goal of well, graduating, your goal of getting a new job, your goal of buying a house, your goal of getting a relationship, your goal of having a child, whatever the situation may be. Everyone has a different goal for this year. So we will try to see if there's any influence that might be holding you back, or what exactly is it that is interfering with what you're wanting to do. So I went ahead and shuffled these ahead of time. First option is going to be the pyramid. Second, gold. And the third one, the evil eye. Remember, these are generalized readings, so you have to kind of apply it to your situation, okay? For some, it will hit right on. For others, there's certain parts of the reading that will hit to you, and you kind of have to adjust what is said based on your situation. Again, thank you for all the subscriptions, and just keep sharing and liking the videos and the commenting. Thank you, Marcia. Thank you, Jay. There was a new one who watched my video, and I'm sorry, I just forgot the name right now. But I do appreciate all those comments, okay? The feedback is great. So remember, if you need more time, you have to, focus on what it is that you want. Pick the option that calls to you. And sometimes there's more than one, because it could be a complicated situation. But also, remember, you can go ahead and pause the video, focus on what you want. So I suggest you take a deep breath, ask the question, and pick an option. If you need to pause the video, please do so. And we'll go ahead and start with the first one. And for the pyramid. And this time we're actually using 3 cards, 3 decks today for some reason. They all want it to come out and work, so we're going to take advantage of that. So the first one here, I definitely see you're growing for prosperity. You definitely want, to grow. I see love situation here. You definitely want to, be in your career, make good money. But you're having a hard time balancing everything that you're kind of committed and tied to. Okay? It's like you have 3 things you're working on, and at the same time, okay? So it's giving you a little bit of chaos, okay? And sometimes we want to overachieve. So in this particular case, I'm going to say you're kind of overachieving here, or because you have so many responsibilities, it's a little complicated for you, okay? So you've been fighting to keep going forward. You're trying to. So basically what it's saying here is you're going to have to take a step back. You're going to have to slow down a little bit, okay? Because you're overwhelming yourself and you can burn yourself out. So you have to kind of adjust 2 things in your life. So it could be family member needs to take a little bit, needs to be a little bit supportive. You're going to have to take a little break. It could also be that, financially, you're going to have to slow down a little bit. The career, whatever it is, take it easy. You're going to have to decide what is more important to you right now. Because remember, life is short. Yes, take advantage and do the things which you're doing. You're on the right step to do it, but you seem to be a little overwhelmed, and that is what's causing the struggle and the conflict. So there's something you need to figure out what is going to give. Does it make sense? So definitely slow down a little bit, okay? You have to find time to balance, and sometimes, you're so focused on doing everything that you're not focusing also on doing things for fun. And that's not good, because life is about a good balance here, okay? And you have to go ahead, and here comes reconciliation. You have to figure out and forgive yourself if things don't go as fast as you want them, okay? Sometimes it's a situation where you're trying to catch up all the lost time. No, forgive yourself for whatever time you've lost, okay? Forgive yourself for, things happen in life. There's going to be obstacles in life. They're going to put us back. But you're still going to get through them. Okay. So don't try to rush everything because that's how you want to be. It's sometimes you have to take a little break. Okay. And you need to forgive yourself for that. You need to have your strong foundation. You need to be balanced. If you bury, if you put a big tree and the roots are not within the ground that has, so you haven't planted the tree from the beginning, you uproot a big tree, you throw it down in a new hole. It's not going to be very sturdy, is it? it can fall at any time. And in order for you to grow, you need to be stable. Your roots need to be well put in. So you need to be grounded well enough. Okay. So you're kind of out there. It might be the chance that you one day want to do one thing, the next day you want to do another. So you're trying to do so many things at once because you can't focus and decide on one thing. And I knew someone like that who always wanted to do so many things at once. And you need to take control of things again, okay? You're trying to prove too many things to too many people. And the only one that it should matter to is yourself, okay? Don't be trying to do so many things for everyone else. And you have to be honest with yourself, okay? What is it that you're going to do? Because these obstacles and challenges, if you get overwhelmed, okay, the only thing you're going to do is get overwhelmed. You're going to lose your focus, okay? And you can get sick because that's what happens. We accumulate so much crazy energy that, you know, we start getting sick. Our body can only handle so much. So you need to be kind of realistic with yourself, which is what it's saying. What can you do and what you can't? And honestly, you don't need to prove anything to anyone. You only need to prove it to yourself, okay? If your family loves you, they're going to be happy with what you accomplish, even if it's a small step. And your friends too. If it comes to work, that, you know, then I understand why you're trying to get out of the career, but you also need to look at the fact that, you know, you're burning yourself at both ends of the candle and there's only so much wax in between. So you need to think about that, okay? That's the first option. Here's option number 2. Let's go with the gold. Okay, and this particular option, what I'm seeing here is a recent change. So either you broke up with someone, or you recently moved, or you recently changed a job, okay? Or basically lost your job. It's one or the other, okay, which does happen. There is a lot of heartbreak here. So the heartbreak, what I'm referring to is the fact that you could have lost a relationship. You could have lost a job that, you know, you liked. You could have, you know, moved, had to get out of a house, you know, you lost a house, a place, whatever the situation may be. You lost something. And making that change and that move was a little hard for you. And you keep reflecting back on that. You keep thinking about the past, okay? And that's keeping you from moving forward, quite frankly. So what you lost, because this was a situation that you're fighting to keep the past, and that is holding you back from your goal in the future. Whatever happened in the past, it's done. It's over with. There's not much more you can do with this. And this could be due to a person who never wanted to see you succeed. This could be you were in a bad relationship that no matter what you did, it was causing stress. Okay, they were holding you back. The stress of the relationship was too much. And it hurts, even no matter what it is. I'm not going to take that away from anyone. It still hurts. But it's time to move on and let that go, because the only thing it's doing is holding you back and you're still dwelling on the past. So it's time to let that go, okay? It's time to move on from that. And here it is again, you know, you have to, you were holding on to someone or something, okay, who was playing games that, you know, it was a situation. You were thrown a hand that you did not want and it was hard, but you need to come to peace with that. You need to make up for that, okay? You need to say, okay, it's done, it's over with. You know what? I forgive myself. I tried. You know, there's relationships where you can try as much as you give to the person and all you do is lose yourself, and it doesn't get to that place, okay? You don't get anywhere. Hold on one second. Dog wants to come back in. All right, sorry. So as I was saying, you need to make peace with that loss. You need to go ahead. It's not about surrendering or giving up. There's nothing worse when you've been betrayed by a loved one, or even when you've lost your job after working for so long and committed yourself and gave up so much of your life for it. But it's okay. You get rewarded another way down the road. You'll get a better relationship, or you'll get a better job, or you'll end up in a job that will give you more growth opportunity, or, you know, it will put you where you're meant to be. And sometimes we're forced to move because it's not meant for us to be there. And I will say that, you know, I had a situation where finding a job was a little challenge, and I was upset because I had They loved me. They wanted me. There was 2 jobs. They called me back for 2 positions, and I got another job, another job offer. And then they called me back still for another one. They really wanted to find, it was just a placement thing because they wanted me for so many things. But in the end, I decided, you know what? It's been too much wishy-washy back and forth, back and forth. I already took this job. I'm not going to take it. And I was upset still because of the first opportunity, and I still gave it the second. But then I came to realize when I saw it in the news, 3 months down the road, there was a shooting, okay? And where I was going to sit, with the third job would have been mine anyway if I wanted it, after they made the offer. But where I was going to sit were unfortunately a couple people that were injured in the shooting. And an employee just came in, and it's horrible and it's a tragedy. But then I realized it wasn't meant for me to be there. So sometimes we're still trying to hold on to things that are not really meant for us, and we need to let that go. It's not meant to be. It's not meant to be. Okay. That includes relationships. I don't care if you wasted 15, 20 years in a relationship. It's done. We struggle to hold on to it, and we're given signs and we ignore that. So it's time to let go of whatever it was that happened. Let it go. Yeah, you sacrificed a lot and it's upside down and you feel like nothing was appreciated. But you know what? It's time to move on. Okay. Make your new beginnings. This is a new life. You're starting, you've erased the chalkboard, and you're starting over. Start writing your new chapter. Don't hold on to the past that, it's gone. There's not much you can do. The only thing you can control now is the future, what's coming forward. Okay. All right, let's go with the third one. Oof, jeez. Sorry, sometimes I cannot control the reactions I see to the cards here because, have to prepare how I'm going to give the message. In this particular case, honey, you've got a lot of negativity around you, a lot of betrayal around you, a lot of envy, a lot of jealousy, a lot of problems here, okay? This is definitely the influence of other people. It could be influence of a type of magic. It could be type of a toxic relationship. It could be also, it's just something wherever you are. It could be jealousy from your coworkers. It can be jealousy from even your partner. It could be jealousy from family members, because I've seen that happen too. Okay. You've avoided signs of telling you to get out of that situation. Spiritually, they've tried to tell you, time to leave, time to get out, time to get away. But you choose to ignore it. You know it, but no, I'm not going yet. Okay. And that continues to hold things up for you. Okay. You have one hand, you're trying, it's like they say, here you are trying to get one thing, get control of your life. You have the fruit you're going after, but look at the money you're losing in the back. Okay. So it's not helping you. You keep changing things and delaying things. So nothing is concrete and secure. Okay. And this is exactly what it's going to. You're looking too many things. You're putting too many things. If I do this, I'm going to lose this. If I do that, I'm going to lose that. You're in a bad situation, and there's envy and there's jealousy. And here's what I have to tell you. Make your plan. Okay. And you're going to see how the doors open for you. And it's going to happen like that. It may be a little bit of a sacrifice at first, but after that, it will come very fast. Okay. You need to go ahead and stand your ground, and you need to say, I'm going to make this happen by this date. We've had this discussion in another video. You write down your list of what you want to accomplish, okay? You need to make it happen. Write it down. What is it that you want to do? What is it that you want to get? Details. Okay, and we can go, you want a personal reading, I can definitely help you with that and help you get back on the right path and how to handle this and how to get rid of the negativity. Unfortunately, some people, because they can't have what you have, they want it, or just because you're in a relationship with a narcissist or someone who wants to control everything, jealous, you name it, I've seen it all, okay? And it's a situation that you need to free yourself from. And I will say this, there are also controlling family members, okay? And you don't know, and family can be your spouse. It can be anything. You have to find what it is that's influencing you that is negative here. Okay. You may be married to someone whose ex-wife hates you or ex-husband hates you, and they're doing things to make sure you guys don't succeed. Okay. That could be a case here, and it happens. I have seen it more times than you can imagine. And it was the same situation with my, in one of my marriages that I was like, I'm not going to deal with this, you know, and you get to that point because it wasn't meant to be, it was a relationship that was meant to end anyway. So what was the point of fighting for something that wasn't going to do? So here I see again, you got the blood connection here, which, you know, you're bleeding here, honey. You're running out. Okay. You can only recuperate and put band-aids on the situation for, band-aids are not going to keep it for too long. The wound is going to continue to bleed. Okay. You are worried about because you made a commitment. What are people going to say? I did this. I didn't do this. You know, what is my family going to think if I get divorced or if I leave them? Sometimes you have to separate a little while for them to also appreciate what they've lost. And then you can deal with things on your own terms. They come back and it's on your terms. Sometimes you do need a break. And I'm not telling you by all means do it because I said so. You need to really weigh the facts yourself. Okay. And sometimes that's something that we need to see what's going on. You're giving more than you're receiving because you respect your vows, but it doesn't mean that the other person does. You respect your commitment, but it doesn't mean the other person does. And this could be and work too. You're the workaholic, but instead of rewarding you, they're just giving you more work and you're picking up the slack for others who are not. And because you're the one getting things done and there may be someone who just sucks at their job, you have to keep fixing their mess, they start to hate you. So you see where this is going. You have to be careful with that. And you need to really start focusing and trust the universe and trust God or whatever, you know. I respect all religions. I know about all religions here. But whatever it is, you need to trust your spirit guides more than anything to put you, that they're going to fix things for you. But you have to get out of that negativity, okay? And this is where it's saying, stand your ground. You need to put your limitations. No, this is what I'm going to accept. This is not what I'm going to accept. And once you start standing your ground and you've decided what you want, and this is the direction I'm going to get this done, and by this date, I'm leaving this jerk, or I'm leaving this, you know, say the other word, or I'm not going to continue working here. I'm going to put my plan in together. And sometimes you may have to take a lower job temporarily just to grow even further, because some people do that by pride. They want to hold on to the title, which is not going to get you to where you want. Sometimes you have to take a step back in order to take 5 steps forward. So think about that, okay? And only then will your prosperity come, okay? Believe me, I've been in a situation where I took it out, blind faith, with nothing, lost it, and because I had to get out of a negative situation that I was. And everything came to me shortly after that, everything I needed, you know, and even things I didn't need. People, you know, it was funny how things came up. And it's going to take patience and planning. So what does that mean? You need to plan you need to get everything together. You need to make your plan of what you're going to do and make it happen. Okay? There's worse situations. There's people out there that, you know, people think about the loss, but there are people out there. Think about that. When you see starving, you know, you see the commercials all the time, the starving children, they're sleeping in the dirt, they have no water. Be grateful. If you have to stay in a room, if you have to sleep on a couch for a while at a friend's house, whatever it takes for you to recuperate. There are people in worse situations than you, okay? A lot of things that we have a problem here is that we hold on to material wealth, okay? And sometimes that is not. Material things can be replaced. Sooner or later, everything can be replaced, and we need to learn to let that go, okay? If it's a bad environment, if you're around, you know, piranhas, as I call them, you need to get out of that situation, okay? So I hope this helped, and hopefully I would love to hear, you know, how the advice will help you achieve your goals, even if it's down the road. And again, any private readings, please message me. Good night, guys.